Hi, it's Yasmin.
And Diamond.
And Jasmine. And this is
Why Did We Go to Law School?
Hello. We have a very, very, very special guest today for our very first guest spot. This is our friend, our love, Nico. Hello, Nico.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me. I feel like that's what you say on a podcast.
You know what? Yeah, it is. It's like you're at Congress or something, or like on the late night show.
I'm actually running for Congress. No,
okay.
Absolutely not.
Tell the people about it. Tell the people.
Hell no. I live in Kansas. Yeah. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Nico worked with us. We always talk about when we were in a little row at the firm Diamond and I are still at, and Nico was with us in that row, and the giggles were giggling.
It feels like a blast from the past right now.
It does.
Like whenever we get together, it's like, wow, we never left.
Never.
Absolutely.
Well, you guys never left. We're still there.
At what point in any part of our friendship have we looked at each other like that?
Oh my god.
Let's take a picture.
Okay, I feel like you listeners know that we have had some serious audio issues, but we're doing our best. We are all over a table right now talking into one microphone.
We are linked in. We're taking a picture.
It's ghetto.
We are so close to each other. We are staring directly into each other's eyes.
Yes, absolutely. I do feel like I've, I don't know, tapped into some part of each of your souls.
Yes.
But somehow it doesn't feel awkward at all.
It's not.
No.
We
awkward.
are literally
It's just
so
very
close to
intimate.
each other right now.
Absolutely.
So sorry. We're each taking another photo. You'll see how close we are.
You'll see on the slide.
That was the first one.
Really cute and really funny. What the fuck is up, Kyle? What's going on? How's life?
Where are you at now? We don't know. You just left us.
So I'm at Edelman, Leeson and Myers. We do plaintiff's work. So it's employment discrimination and civil rights litigation. So a lot of kind of
litigation.
Yeah. So I sue companies now rather than defend them, which
Love
is
it.
Oh my gosh.
We
How does that
get
feel
to-
being on the
Yeah,
other
talk about
side?
that.
Yeah.
it feels good. I think that at the end of the day, I'm very happy with the idea of, kind of upsetting companies. But most of the time, I'm just kind of working with other defense lawyers who were in the position that I was in. So I kind of feel bad. Like sometimes I'm like, okay, yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
But I hope that you're getting good billables on this.
Does it make you feel like more reasonable? Like, do you feel like you settle or resolve cases easier because you've been on the other side?
Sometimes, but a lot of times I'm working with employment, like discrimination cases.
Yeah.
So someone's
We had a case against each other.
We
What?
did.
You
Yeah.
did?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
did.
this is news to me.
But I was not handling like the mediation.
No, yes, we still have that case, but
I
like,
saw Nico.
say
I
too
saw
much.
Nico's signature. But
What was it like when you saw Nico's signature? What was it like when you saw Diamond's signature? Were you like,
I didn't get to see Diamond's signature, unfortunately, but hopefully in the future I will.
yeah, and we felt each other in spirit,
In spirit, absolutely,
and that's what matters.
Felt
Did
the
you
presence
text
of
each
the
other?
email?
No, I don't generally talk about my cases because I like to.
Because we're professionals.
We're professionals, and also I like to go home
Think about anything else.
and think
Anything
about literally anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have
That's
you been thinking about lately?
What have I been thinking about lately? Well, I've been thinking about fostering kittens.
Oh,
Yeah, so Kansas City Pet Project. I know
Shout out.
they've got other, I don't know, things that I'm sure they do, but they do a like kitten foster program, so you can like volunteer for that. And I just had my cat of like 12 some years, but I mean the cat was like 16.
yeah,
Pass away. So I was like, I don't want another cat yet.
yeah.
But I could definitely deal with like just cute, awkward kittens.
And I love
Just
when they're
running
awkward.
around.
Yes.
And they're like, "Who are you?
they are, yeah.
Are you my parent?" Do you produce milk?
They're
Oh
like,
my
is this my
God.
body?
Right.
Why am I defying gravity?
I'm being picked up. I was on the ground and now I'm in the air.
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's like the other day they had like 15 kittens come in, and they're just all people who like have found kittens.
We need to
So-
talk off air about this fostering thing because I don't miss Princess. Princess was my cat. You guys have heard that she is on the farm now, which does not mean she's dead. She is literally on a farm now.
I mean, we'll actually never know.
Well, shit, we won't, will we?
I will say growing
But-
up on the farm cats have a good life. As
Yeah.
long as you're like actually taking care of them, yeah.
Well, she
Great
could be,
life.
running with the horses, or she could be gone to glory.
Yep.
But I would like sometimes, I think, to like just pet a little kitten.
Absolutely.
Nico, I want to talk about something that's specific to you because you just said if you grew up on a farm cat, you're familiar with farm cats because you're from a small town in Kansas, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to know what it was like for you because you went to high-ranked law school. What was
Harvard
it
of the
like?
Midwest.
The Harvard of the Midwest.
Ivy
Oh
League
my
of the
God.
Midwest.
I just want to know what it was like coming from a small town and going to a law school like that. Because I know there's lots of students who come from rural areas and then go back and practice in rural areas. And I think that's an important topic to talk about that I can't speak to.
And because
Okay.
you went and then you stayed in like the city, you didn't
Yeah.
go back to a rural area.
No, yeah. I honestly, I did not do this very smartly. I was told that essentially you need to like go to a law school in the area that you want to practice. And I knew I
Right.
wanted to practice in the Kansas City area. So I thought going to a law school in Missouri
Yeah.
would be the smart move. And it served me fine, but like WashU didn't have many like connections to Kansas
And where's
City.
WashU for the people that don't know?
It's in St. Louis.
And you knew you wanted to get out of St. Louis.
So, yeah, I knew I wasn't going to be in St. Louis.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of connections to the East Coast and to the West Coast. They didn't have as many in Kansas City. And so now I tell everyone that I mentor now, like, you should be really at UMKC or KU, Mizzou, or Washburn
Yeah.
if you know that you want to be in Kansas City. Because there's just something completely different about being able to, like, come to all of the networking events in a city, and that's where I've gotten my jobs after my first job, was purely through networking and just going to a bunch of those events. And if I had been able to do that from law school, like,
In Kansas City.
yeah, then I probably would have done a lot better. I mean, I did fine, but
Nico did
So-
very well for themselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Are
But-
you kidding
But you felt
me?
like it was hard to break into the Kansas City
it was hard,
legal
and
community.
I am a golden retriever, gay, like extrovert all the
Explain.
way. So I
golden
mean,
When I
retriever.
tell you, Nico's like, I'm so awkward. I don't know how to talk
And then we get
to
to
people.
a networking event, and
Nico
Nico's
doesn't know
just
how to
like,
shut the fuck up. Everybody is so charmed by Nico. We all are
That
charmed
is
by
so
Nico.
true.
Nico's
Like,
so good at it.
That's
so
so
inquisitive. Like, it's like you really are asking questions you care about, and so
Yeah.
the conversation, and you actually
'Cause-
follow up with people.
Yes.
well, because I think that people are very fascinating, and they're like little books, and I grew up reading books almost entirely. So I guess like I think of it as this is a whole chapter of a human, or like a whole book of a human. So I get to like ask them about different things in their life, and usually I can find something that they have a hobby that I'm like also interested in, or have been interested in, or am like have vaguely read something about. So I think that is fun. But there is still a level of being in this area and being like, oh, I went to a school that's not here, and I still had to answer a bunch of interview questions that were like, why are you in Kansas City? I'm like, well, I grew up in Kansas. I don't know
Yeah.
why I'm getting asked this, but it's because I went to a school that was not like they don't produce a lot of Kansas City lawyers.
I feel
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
I've talked to people who went to WashU aside from you. One of whom? Yeah. Well, no, who?
One of
Because
whom?
he ended up in.
One of whom ended up in we're like
Whatever.
Who cares about
Grammar. Anyway, he ended up in Kansas City as well. And what I've gathered from people who went to WashU is that you the school is not like bigger schools, not just WashU, bigger schools like that don't tend to try to place people in the city that they're in unless it's like a big city. I guess St. Louis might be the exception because they're there and that's already a big city. But it tends to be that they'll put you towards like the big law firms, and that's mostly the goal. I've heard that from so many people who go to big law schools.
Absolutely, the goal. Like most of my classmates went to the East or West Coast, or some of them went to Texas.
That's a good market.
Yeah, and a few went to Chicago.
Yeah,
so, which are all great markets, and I think that's really great. I knew where I wanted to be, and I didn't have any lawyers in my family, so I just kind of thought, oh, this school had a high ranking for passing the bar, and my aunt, who was I did not know of her existence, so I was like 30 because she was queer and wasn't really allowed to like hang out with us children. So I honestly kind of forgot that she existed. And then she said that, oh yes, I went to law school and like a lot of people had problems passing the bar. So that ended up being my like big thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I saw this school and I thought, okay, I have the LSAT and the GPA for it. They passed the bar and they gave me a good like tuition scholarship. So I thought I would go there. And at this point I'd gone to KU. Love it.
Same here, Rock Chalk.
I thought, wow.
Yeah.
I met Johnson County kids, and I thought, wow, these are the richest people
literally
in the world. My
well,
God.
it is one of the richest counties in the country.
And then I went to WashU.
That's a different.
Yeah,
that's a different type of
And
money.
kids are coming from the East Coast to go there, like money.
Yes, I remember that I, like, in my first or second month there, I was talking with someone and they were really upset because they had maxed out a credit card.
Oh.
And when like getting established in their home, and their parents had said that they couldn't use the credit card for a month because they had maxed it out. And I said,
oh no.
Well, moving costs, like, I mean, what was it, like a $3,000 limit? I mean, that's a lot, but like, I guess you could say moving costs, and they were like, no, it was the $30,000.
You maxed out a $30,000.
Oh my gosh!
In a month.
Oh my god!
Said this with a straight face,
with a
with
straight
no
face,
like remorse.
And really
That's
upset.
salary.
And I think it's just when you're just like, oh, wow, I had a lot of empathy in this conversation until this point.
Yeah.
And now
what did you say?
Around.
I kind of was like, that is
absurd.
that was my salary before coming to law school.
Literally.
Because I was
Oh
working
my
at a
gosh.
nonprofit. I was like, so how do you, okay.
You said, I don't know what to add to this conversation.
I'm gonna
genuinely
like scoot away.
I don't
Yes.
think there was anyone that we went to school with that was that.
No.
At least they hid
No.
it. They hid the
I
fact
don't
that they
think
were.
I've ever met anybody that
I have.
has said some crazy stuff like that.
I will say I felt
have.
a little bit like that because I didn't come to school with any, like I was paying, well, it was all loans, but I was paying for everything on my own. And you do meet people in law school who are not that wealthy, but are well off.
Yes, you do.
And there's a lot because law school is very stressful, and they tell you, especially your first year, that you can't work so that you can acclimate and learn. And then they also tell you when you study for the bar, you shouldn't work so that you can study for the bar only. And a lot of people are able to do that. And I think that when you're dealing with the stress of not being able to do that, like still having to work and go to class at the same time and take it all very seriously, not that they don't take class seriously, but it can be very difficult to feel empathy. It was for me, I'm not going to lie, to feel empathy for people who are just studying.
That's valid.
It's like you're just
Absolutely.
studying, and I was closing out the bar at 3 a.m. and I'm in class today, so I don't want to hear it, and I'm trying to unlearn some of that frustration, but it is
But at least you're aware of it. And that's a valid thing to be frustrated
yeah, it
about.
is a valid thing to be frustrated about.
Well, and I think there's always that transition period when you go to a new place and you need to kind of find like your people.
Yeah.
And it was just a little bit wading through a lot of people who I was like, okay, I feel like I shouldn't be discriminatory against you because you are maxing out $30,000 credit cards,
Right.
but also I feel like we might not have.
Yeah, what are we going to talk about?
We're not going to click.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Because our problems are very different. And at that point, I was not sure. So I did find a lot of very down-to-earth people.
Yeah.
But it took a bit. And I remember I went to the orientation and I actually asked someone if I missed an orientation because a lot of them knew each other. And that was because they had gone to the same high schools.
St. Louis is very cultish.
It
Because
wasn't even St. Louis, it was East Coast. at
Oh,
that
really?
point. So yeah, it was like someone who
So
like
did you
knew
have
a bunch
like
of people.
a St. Louis law group, an
I
East
wasn't
Coast
expecting
law
to hear
group?
that.
Yes.
Because I know how St. Louis is, so it's
People went to the
But that's
same high
crazy.
school and went to Wash U.
Yes.
From the
That's
East
it was
Coast.
like
So-
it was
It's probably like
literally
feeder schools into like these good colleges, and you go to college. It's
And
like
you
for
pick
the
which
sole
one.
purpose of like since you're 12 years old, you're going to go to these schools so you can go to good law school.
Yeah, I mean, they had
Wow.
all
That's
gone
insane.
to like very similar private schools, or they had gone to the same private like summer camps.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
did you become friends with any of those people, or were they not a part of your?
I became friends with one of them. They were just a bit more chill, but at the same time, like they give away a lot of their trust fund, and so I mean, I don't really ask them about, but like
Yeah.
I know that they have like a huge portion of their trust fund that they give away and aren't planning to like have it for the next generation, which I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, maybe if you have kids, they would like something.
Yeah, I don't think that
Don't
they
tell your
plan on
children
having
that.
children.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think they plan on having children, so I think that's part of it. But it definitely was like we have. You're probably pretty down to earth, but yeah, there's some things where I mean, I guess if I had grown up like that, I wouldn't have anything to talk about.
I mean, yeah, it's
to
a
myself
completely different
either.
experience.
So I get it.
I mean,
Like,
we can talk about it from the outside, like all day long, but we never know how it is until
No.
we have a credit card that we can max out at $30,000.
Exactly.
I
I kind of agree, actually.
That's wild. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a hardship. I'm going to say that right now.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
And
No.
you honestly shouldn't feel stressed at all because, goddamn. I mean,
Goddamn.
you could always go to work if you had to go to work. It's-
That, my therapist said something to me the other day because she was like, it's on this exact subject. Because I was like, oh, I know my problem is small. And she's like, there's no problem that's big or small. They're just problems.
Yeah.
And she was explaining to me about how some of her, well, without breaking HIPAA, of course, just like talking vaguely about other clients or patients and specifically about like how some of her patients are like just uber rich. And their
Yeah.
problems are like, which European country am I going to go to?
But, okay, there are small problems. I'm sorry.
Yes, to them, but like seriously, no. But
Terrible example.
I'm just saying, I've met people
kidding.
who are like that well off, and they're extremely unhappy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how?
I
Can
mean, if you have it all, what do you want?
right,
Yeah,
What are
the
your
like
desires?
self-actualization part of the pyramid, right? Like you're at
Yeah.
self-actualization. You don't have to worry about security or safety or
And you might look in the
anything.
mirror and say, am I seriously stressed about what European country I'm going to?
And
No,
maybe
but
that
they
makes you
are
more
outside
stressed.
and like touch grass.
touch grass.
Yeah.
I know. There's a philosopher who talked about that. Like, if you're constantly, you think that you're seeking pleasure at all times, but when you have pleasure at all times, it's actually not pleasurable. And I
Yeah.
find that so fascinating. That's kind of on the topic, but also
Yeah.
off topic. So I just wanted to put that in there.
No,
Because
but-
I would be like, very happy to choose between European countries.
Let's island hop.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what? I'd love
But
to
on
go
the
there.
other side of that, I decided to go to law school because I was working on a nonprofit that, served victims of domestic violence and human trafficking. And I thought, okay, I've been here for 6 years. I have no savings. I have no retirement. I am kind of getting like near the end of my 20s and I don't have anything. And I'm also on top of that, like bored with my job, which I mean, some of those are very first world problems. But now I am at a job where I'm engaged and I'm getting paid, 4 times the amount that I was getting paid before. And I just don't like look at or touch over half that money because now I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to turn into that person who's like, which fucking place do I go visit? And I don't know. So,
But you're never going to be
You're
that
never
person.
gonna be that
Well,
person.
I think I have too much like financial anxiety, But at the same time, like, I have a safety net, and that's a wild thing to have.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's like, shit, like, you go from, you know, in college, I was like living out of my car, and now I'm like, oh, I guess I shouldn't spend too much on a couch. Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wild juxtaposition.
It's a wild adjustment.
It's a wild adjustment, and it doesn't feel to me like that's that many steps from arguing with my partner about which European country to go to.
And you become insulated into a life. Yes. I was just having this conversation with my mom the other day, because you're very good with money. I'm not good with my money. I'm like, I think it's almost like the opposite experience of like all these things I didn't get to do and all these things I always wanted to do, and like I'm just gonna do whatever the fuck I want. And I think when you are living like that, and then you're also in the profession, you just find yourself around a lot of the same people, a lot of the same kinds of people, a lot of people who are earning higher, and you go to the same gyms and blah, blah, blah. And one day you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, oh, the only thing I'm concerned about, actually my mom had to tell me this, was like, she literally is like, you're kind of being selfish. Like, the only things you're concerned about right now are just like how you feel about yourself. And that's important, but like, you don't have any real issues anymore.
Yeah.
Like any survival or any, you know what I mean? Yeah. Everyone has like real issues. But yeah, it can be very easy to like get into that bubble and that isolated. Everyone's talking about their problems, and all their problems are kind of the level of like, I can't get into an effing spin class because I had something come up at work, and like bullshit. Yeah. And so like you've done a very good job of like keeping your life real.
I will 100% credit that to my friends, including you all. But and I don't know, volunteering as well. I think that there's something about kind of being like, oh, right, so I am going to take some of the like time that I have and the privileges that I have to be able to be cushioned, and maybe use some of that to help other people just navigate life, because I would have loved that at 20.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea what I was doing, and even just trying to figure out like a place to live that wasn't a vehicle was really difficult. And there's just because you have so much brain space to like the next moment. Yeah, I do think that there's a lot in terms of just being like, okay, let's try to figure out what you need, what you want, and go from there. Or you just hang out with a bunch of cats, I guess.
Find the cats.
It just speaks to how you are as a person. Because, I mean, you're so established now. You're talking about your come up and all that. You could have easily just turned your back and be like, all right, I made it.
Yeah.
And a lot
like,
of
just
people
me,
do
I'm at
it.
the top. And a lot of people do it. Yeah.
And not only like turn their back, but become like snooty about it, or become like, just pull yourself up by the bootstraps. I don't get why people act like this is so hard. I did it, and forget like how hard it was for them to do it. It's very difficult.
Well, but part of that is that we live in a society and in an economy that like values certain skills, and those certain skills might not even be valued very much anymore, depending on how AGI goes, or if that even comes about, or how AI goes. But at the end of the day, like, it's not that I was very good at reading very boring shit and finding that interesting.
You were so good at it, Nico.
And
I do Nico, can you help me with this?
And I find that interesting, but I have no idea what my car does at all. I have no clue, and I've tried to read about my car, and I do not care.
Nico said, I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck, but mainly because I cannot understand it. Like, I sit there, and then when my brother was going through tech school for diesel mechanic, I like tried reading his books, and I was like, I don't understand anything that's going on. And he tried to explain it to me, and I had no clue. And I was like, this is never going to hit for me.
Damn, we're just leaving Charlie in the dust like that.
I am leaving Charlie in the dust like
Charlie
that, but at
Nico's
the same
car.
time,
Does Charlie have a fixed mirror yet?
No.
Oh, it's okay.
Which Nico also looked at the law for that, correct?
I did look at the law for that.
Nerd.
And
There's your
in
law
Missouri, you only need your driver's side mirror and then either your rear view mirror or your passenger side.
Is it the passenger side or the rear view that Charlie is missing?
Charlie's missing the passenger side.
Princess Leia is also missing the passenger. Well, the passenger side is there. She just doesn't work because it's been hit. And
Someone
it's
hit
wonky.
both of your guys' cars?
Yeah, that's a pretty common thing.
Okay.
At least
No.
mine happened.
Oh, mine's been hit.
Princess Leia.
Then I couldn't open my door.
Princess Leia hit a cone.
So
Can we talk about how hot people hit
Can't
curbs?
drive.
Oh my god.
You
hot
know what?
people
I won't
cannot
say this. I
drive.
won't say
curb today.
Did you bust the fucking tire again?
I was talking to my friend about how I ran into a pole when I was in college, and like that's a coming of
It was
age
me.
moment.
We were having sushi, and you were telling me. And because I was
How did
telling,
I forget that it was you, Jasmine?
I
What's
was
wrong with
telling
me?
Yasna that my parents have a fire hydrant outside their house that's probably been there longer than I've
Okay,
been
now I
alive.
remember the whole conversation. I was like, who was it? I was talking to a friend. It was Jasmine.
And
Did you make that neighborhood rain?
Girl, I reversed out of my parents' long ass driveway. I was distracted. I was moving. It was the summertime. I was in law school.
I love how you set the scene.
You
It's
got
like
it. You
she
got
had
it.
places to be.
And
Absolutely.
I back out, and you hear the worst goddamn sound you heard in your life. I literally looked. I know where this fucking fire hydrant is. And I had hit the fire hydrant. And my stepdad comes outside of the house. And he's standing on the top of their driveway, which is a big hill. And he's just looking at me like he's so disappointed. Our neighbor came out of his house. Kevin's just looking at me. That's our neighbor. And I thought, okay, maybe it's just a little dingbat. And I get out, and the little bolt on the side of the fire hydrant had torn through the side of my car.
No.
Yes. Anyway.
Classic.
And then I was at the post office the next day. And my parents were like, you need to pay attention. And I was like, ah. So, you see a fire hydrant and you still back.
And you hit
You
it.
were paying attention.
I was.
And so was
Literally,
I when I hit the
it's
pole.
like I knew it was there. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I did not know the pole was
These
there,
sound
but I
like-
was looking and
How
paying
did you
attention.
excuse
Because
me?
Y'all.
Okay, so when you
Y'all.
pulled into the parking lot at work, the parking
Okay.
garage, and hit that curb, excuses.
I didn't make an excuse.
Nico, you
I
should
didn't want
know.
to. I was mad that day.
I was not diagnosed with ADHD yet. Okay,
Where are we
there's
going?
my
Where are we
excuse.
going with this?
Her
I didn't-
excuse is ADHD made her hit that pole.
Please, enough.
Because
We
it
hit-
also made me hit the garage at my parents' house. It also made me hit the fence at my house. It also made me hit multiple curves within my lifetime.
We
it also
hit what we hit. Stand on business.
also made me miss multiple exits on the highway chronically.
Okay, that I will actually attest to. Say.
You have all been in the car when I've missed an exit on the highway.
Have I?
Everyone has been in the car.
You just
Yeah.
be yip yapping and just having a good
No,
old
I'm
time.
not even talking sometimes.
Please.
Sometimes I'm
Okay, you know when you're driving and then you get into your house, you pull home, and you say, where was I mentally for the last 20 minutes? How did I make it here? Did I run a red light?
every day.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Do I know what
Every
that's
day.
like? Yes, every day.
Supposed to like use 2 or 3 different routes home to prevent yourself from doing
Are
that.
there 2 or 3 routes? Damn.
Nico, why do you know this information?
Who
I
told you
only
this?
know this because my beautiful partner Annalie told me this.
Shout out Annalie.
I love you, Annalie.
When they saw how ADHD I am, and
Yeah.
we're like, here's
Yeah.
some advice.
I
Keep your
do
brain
take
engaged.
different paths, but it's because I don't forget actually. I like decide I want to go a different way and then I get lost.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I do that quite often.
That's fair. Sometimes I take a different
Okay,
path
where are we
just
going?
to see the vibes of that place, or
That was fun.
I don't know. I mean, there's different ways that depending on what the garbage day is, because dumpster diving is cool.
Okay.
Why don't we talk about being dumpster diving? Period. Can we talk about being neurodivergent and being lawyers? I think that'd be a good subject. 'cause
Okay, the amount of neurodivergent lawyers.
same.
Everyone in
this
the goddamn law school
most
is a little bit spicy.
little
Neurotypically.
And not in the way that you think.
Never in that way. Some of them are freaked out. But
Some of them are freaks. You don't give me that look. We all went to the same law school except
yeah.
Nico, and Nico has met these people.
I have
Freaked
met
out.
a lot of these people.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, literally, I went to when I started working at, the place that we worked at together. I don't know if I'm supposed to name it or not.
This must be the place.
Okay.
No,
okay.
better that we don't.
I saw Yasmin's face. So, God, you're so good at that. I feel
I
like
am a lawyer, and I do criminal defense. I have been making looks at my clients left and right.
So when I worked at that place, I walked in and I was like, wow, yeah. So whatever is the like neurodivergent contingency, that's who hired me. I swear to God. Because
Welcome.
yeah, and I don't think that you can like do a whole career out of reading for 8 to 12 hours a day and then telling people what you read without being neurodivergent as fuck. Like,
Yeah, I agree with that.
that's weird. You know, that's the level of unique that,
It's either you're neurodivergent or you have emotional issues. Because you're
I
either
think I
That
have
is
emotional
neurodivergent.
issues.
Yeah.
But isn't
Is
that
it?
being neurodivergent? Yes.
Am I neurodivergent?
I think
Would
we
you
might
say
have
that I
different
am?
strands of neurodivergency.
What's my strand?
I don't know.
Aren't emotional disturbances would be considered
seem-
neurodivergent?
Look, I actually,
sometimes.
to be fair,
It's something that affects
You know that's not
cognition.
the
If it
truth.
affects cognition, I think it's
my thing is
Wouldn't
that
everybody in this world be then?
no.
Okay.
I've met plenty of neurotypicals. Are you kidding me?
Whatever they have, I need. Inject
Whenever,
my veins.
right?
Shit.
Well, whenever I'm
I'm over
talking
it.
to someone and I like my eyes glaze over within about 5 seconds, that's when I know someone's neurotypical. I'm like, oh, what was your name again? You said your name, didn't you? Oh, that's usually I know then. Is that a good measure?
What is your measure,
First-
Nico?
my measure, you know what? I think that everyone's a unique snowflake. However, there is what I
Spoken
think.
like a true neurodivergent.
No, what I think is that this is kind of like sexuality and gender, where I feel like everyone is on some type of level or spectrum or whatever you want to call it. They are their own unique self. Okay, we're all performing gender in some type of way. There's
Facts.
just certain genders that are performed in
Happy
a certain
Pride
way.
Month, by the way.
Happy Pride Month.
We did not schedule this for Nico to be our first guest
my
during
gosh,
Pride Month,
Nico!
but it happened because the
Wow,
universe
I
loves
can't. I don't
us.
know if it's
You're
homophobic that you
token.
didn't schedule it.
Yeah,
or
I was
homophobic
saying,
that
like,
it
can I see
happened.
homophobic by
Do
scheduling.
I'm
you feel
just kidding.
tokenized?
You know what? You know,
I hope
if
you don't
so,
feel
then
that
I love
way.
it.
I
I
I
love
actually
it.
did. We didn't actually plan that at all, but
No.
kind of
I
beautiful
I feel
that
like
it
it's
worked
only
out that way.
tokenized. Well, for me at least, it's totally fine because you all are very safe.
And
But
we love you.
No, I'm
We
joking.
love
We're
you.
yes, I was
obviously,
gonna
you know,
say
I'm joking.
if you did not get my pronouns right, I'd be like, "Why the fuck am I here? God damn it!"
We said
friends
maybe in
for
July.
several years.
God, I know that would be so bad. But no, I think that in the same way that like everyone performs their own gender, but there's certain categories of gender that society is like, this is the way it is. I feel like everyone has a different brain, but there's certain like brain processes or like social processes that society's like, yes,
Yes.
this is it. And that is what we call neurotypical. But that makes it seem like everyone is on the same wavelength.
And maybe
I
it's just
feel
like some people have an easier time like putting themselves in that box or performing that, and so like they're more
Well, because some people
neurotypical, but-
mask really well.
If you're saying that I am neurodivergent, then I feel like I'm good at putting myself in, like,
At, like,
how I need to
performing
present
it.
myself. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
Because I don't know.
Some
Maybe
of
you're
us
not.
can
I
really
don't think
read
that
the
I am,
social script, or we just fall into the social script.
Well, maybe it's because you're not
Yeah.
boring that I like you as a person. Because you know you meet people and they're like, every day I wake up at 5:30 and I have 1.5 eggs hard. And then I go walk my dog.
doodle mix.
I mean,
I
how
don't have
much?
desires and I don't miss things and I don't feel like I'm missing out on life. And then I go to work.
Also, they've never heard of Azalea Banks. That's how you
Never.
know. They don't know
Never.
who that is.
They're happy in the club to hear a song from Taylor Swift that came out 20 years ago. They're like, this is it. This is good. Only thing I ever wore to the club was jeans and a crop top. My whole life. I never got a little slutty with it. It's like, what's happening? Are you not fucking bored? That's my rant. I'm
Wow,
sorry.
that was-
because I always
Sorry.
kind of wish
Sorry.
that I were like that because I feel like you would have, your life would be so much less chaotic in your own mind and in real life. And you would
Because
just
you're
be
not
like,
thinking that
boop,
hard.
boop,
But then
boop.
it's
You're
not
just
as fun. You
going
don't
through
get
life.
the big highs.
You don't
Yeah.
get the big highs.
You only have the
And the highs be hit.
The highs be hit.
Yeah.
The lows be low.
There's nothing like me and Jasmine
No.
driving back from the club
Oy
at 2
vey.
a.m., windows down, Kansas City, blasting Charlie XCX, screaming the song. There is literally nothing
So
like that, and that's a
beautiful.
high. That's a high.
a-
Lovely. And I called you to come out, and you're just like, yeah.
It was 11 p.m. She goes, I want to go dancing. I said,
Diamond's going home.
I said, baby.
Yeah, we're the hosts.
I was like, you know what? That's so funny because I'm sitting here DJing by myself at my house. So let's go.
Went to a great DJ set, drove home.
It was great.
From Charlie. And you know what? The bitch I was just talking about, who shan't be named, she was asleep at 10 p.m. on a Friday night. And they're all over this goddamn city. Ooh. Good for you.
Hold on.
No, Nico, that's not you.
Hold on.
Where are we going with this?
I'm also asleep at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. on a Friday night.
Because you want to be. You're
That's
like,
true.
And then you can do
it's because I'm meeting
fun.
like the poly commune for brunch the
Okay.
next day. And I gotta wake up early to make my homemade like cinnamon rolls for it. Okay?
Actually.
That's the most beautiful thing I've heard today. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. That is so fucking cute. You did what now?
Honey, you can always join the poly commune whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Nico hosts a great brunch. I've met some of the coolest people just like at a brunch.
All
you did meet like half the poly commune.
Okay, but all your friends are so nice.
Yes.
So nice.
Yes. That is I call them the poly commune.
Do they know this?
Does anybody else
yes,
call it
they
that?
know this.
Are you
does
sure?
anybody else call it?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
I
great.
call it like
No.
absolutely. We share like passwords to everything, and like my profile for everything is like the poly commune pending. So I'm just
you guys are a
waiting.
family. That's like
your community.
I don't share passwords with anybody.
We call ourselves a family because we're a bunch of family, like
That's
family,
so sweet.
friends and family,
Aww.
like friends that are family, I guess.
Yasmin wasn't getting it at first.
Yeah, Yasmin got
That
like
face was like, huh?
that face was.
Neurodivergent
Please
face.
keep
You
explaining.
combined two words and it wasn't registering in her.
Yeah, that's fair.
At least today I know what day it is. That's a win. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know like what like the day
I know
of
it's
the week
Friday.
or like the day?
I don't know the day.
Okay, as I said,
The date?
I do now.
Okay,
never
fuck
know
the
the date.
Gregorian
No, the date
calendar.
does not
I
matter.
meant the day of the week. Yep, that's
Okay.
exactly right. The date did not know until I looked down.
Today is Friday, June
The
6th.
Mm-hmm.
And we met at 6 p.m. And I said to myself and looked at my calendar, I said,
That's weird.
6, are we meeting at 6? And I almost considered texting you and saying we should not meet at 6. But we didn't actually meet at 6 because no one was on time at all.
And none of us was on time, or were on time. Grammar again.
You know
my
what?
God.
It's hard.
It's almost like we're
But that's
attorneys.
a beautiful thing.
Almost.
Okay, so I hear there's a tarot reading.
Yes,
Yeah,
and because you're the guest, you get to pull.
Okay, so I just pull any card from here.
Just like shuffle it up if you want.
Oh,
You have to ask.
crazy
You have
with
to
it.
inquire into the cards, into
Yeah.
the universe. Usually we say universe. How are the girly pops feeling this week? But let's be
Okay.
gender neutral.
Okay, universe, how are the rap boys feeling this week?
Yeah. Oh, we've got to put a picture of your shirt at the end.
Oh.
King of Pentacles.
Okay.
You gotta look it up in the.
Okay, looking it up.
Okay.
All right, so is this upright or reversed?
It's upright.
Okay, your social position will be stable
Love
based
it.
on good relationships. You will be supported by people around, which will lead to future growth and development. Don't forget to express your gratitude and aim for more social success.
Let's express our gratitude.
You know what?
I love this.
I really
love you
didn't.
guys.
There was a hot second where I did not believe in like tarot cards until I went to New Orleans that one trip. And then, like, every
What
card
happened in
we've...
New Orleans?
Oh, I'll tell you after.
Okay.
It's a whole story.
But every time we've pulled a card, it speaks to us. Like, I don't know.
It's like
Yeah.
the card is always, the card does, the energy that you need, it comes through, I think.
Absolutely.
And that's a beautiful one. I love you guys.
I love you guys.
I also love all these
Murderers
like-
Row.
Murderers Row forever!
That was what we call. That's what we were called.
Yeah.
That was such a beautiful, 6 to 8 months.
And that's
Literally.
like never gonna happen again.
Never.
To having like
Maybe.
4 close friends all together.
We knew
in
what
the
it
firm.
was, though.
We did
We
know what
did.
it was
We knew it was
because we did
special.
appreciate it. We were like,
Yeah.
Because we practiced, like the card said, we practiced gratitude.
Yes.
We really did. We used to always say, guys, this is so magical.
This is so
Yeah.
This is
special.
so
So
special.
beautiful.
We always said that. We
You're so
always
right.
did that. So
Yeah.
I'm really proud of us for that kind of grounding we did.
Yeah.
being present.
Yes.
We were very
I'm-
present
hard
with
to
each
be
other.
present.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's sign off. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. I hope you
Thank
enjoyed this
you.
episode. We'll see
Hope you guys enjoyed Nico.
Love you, Nico.
Love you,
Thank you for
Nico.
having
You're
me.
the best. And I'm sure anyone who listens to this is going to love you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love all of you, so I'm just happy I got to spend this time with all of you.
Is there anything you want to say? Like a call to action or something?
Yeah.
Anything?
Give
My
us your
God,
best.
put me on the fucking spot.
Okay, just say something that you want to
Be
say.
gay, do crime. Something.
Yeah.
Be gay and do all of the crimes, but never talk to the police.
Never.
Done.
Period.
And we're joking about doing anything unlawful. Love you.
Bye.